I'm gonna be real. I didn't think they would be like that drunk. Episode 83, titled Kaput Kim, was out yesterday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on March 1st, so this video is filled with spoilers if you haven't read up to the most recent chapter for Purple Hyacinth. Now, please do not discuss any fast pass or other stream materials in the comments down below. With the introduction out of the way, let's begin. Kim is, seemed exactly the opposite of what I imagined her as drunk. But hey, that's kind of the beauty of it all, since you never know unless and until you're actually drunk what you would act like. I had to look up the definition for kaput, and it's been a while since I've had to Google a word for the title, but kaput basically means broken, which is fitting for this chapter because of its upside down hyacinth and exaggerated text. Although it's a little too forward with the intoxication symbolisms, but it's fine for me. I could go on and on about Lukas and how much I dislike him, but I'll restrain myself here since this is supposed to be a lighthearted chapter. But whenever Lukas is doing anything from edging on someone drunk while he himself seems very sober, and I get the joke of tying in the less serious blackmail with the camera here, as the same action is something us the readers have been shown in a completely different and more foreboding circumstances. But I don't know, Lukas just seems, he's not sus, he's just a bad person, I guess. No, I can't even say he's a bad person. Anyways, I will say that the little exchange between Randall and Lauren is interesting, as it kind of shows us how Lauren, it kind of hints at what could have been, or shows us what Lauren and Sandman's meeting will go down. Either it'll be a quick interaction like here, or it'll be completely opposite to this. Now obviously we know what will really happen, since there's no way that this meeting will happen without any struggle or any tension. So this moment here in this episode is a small hint into how simple it is sometimes to get research from others, and how hard it will most likely be to get it from people who aren't as close to you as you assumed or believe. Now the lies aren't really important for this chapter. Usually I talk about every single lie, and there were a lot of them here, but I actually found the truths more interesting in this episode. And the fact is that we learned a lot of things. We learned that Kieran had been abroad for a while. I mean, it had been hinted that he'd been away, since at the beginning of her story they said something along the lines of the Hyacinth hasn't been active, and I'm assuming we will get some kind of backstory of this to be revealed, whatever mission that he was doing. Kieran actually really enjoys his life as the archivist because it's pretty peaceful and domestic. I mean, look at how our boy was organizing the archives room for Herman just a few chapters ago. Another hint at why Kieran doesn't use guns, but this time it's more tailored to piquing Lauren's interest, as we didn't actually learn anything new, but it's now on Lauren's radar why he actually doesn't use guns. And he isn't looking for any sort of relationship, which makes total sense, since we know how he views himself as a person, so that kind of person should not be in any sort of relationship or depend or interact with someone romantically, which is, unfortunate. But again, Kieran has done some terrible things, so I don't blame him for his thinking or the way that he looks at himself. The one lie I did find amusing is the fact that Kieran was so ready to jump the gun and quote-unquote confirm that he was dating Kim, and it makes me think that Kieran didn't really have everything figured out when he first said it to William and Kim after they left the archives room. Now I thought it was really prepared and calculated move back then, but this shows it seems like Kieran is actually more innocent / immature with women, and almost outed himself to Soleil if he was allowed to finish this one lie, because it goes to show that under pressure, Kieran would fold and lie like this. And what was the other time that he did this? It was with Lauren. And especially Kim would pick up on this because she knows that Lauren can detect those lies and cast a lot of suspicion on Lauren for not refuting this. What are they hiding? What are they enticing? Where are they meeting, right? All these questions would be brought up. Even with Kim's antics this episode, she isn't 100% gone because it's Kim. I want to believe that she is still retaining herself while she's drunk. I don't think she'd black out in this instance. She might have been previous times based on what Lauren is saying, but two moments that definitely made me laugh are the full vertical spread of Lauren toppling over everything just to get to Kieran, and after Kim's lie to see William and Lauren spit out their drinks. That was pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, none of the other jokes hit the mark for me personally, but those two were the highlight moments for me. Well, I guess I don't really see much else that I want to talk about. Obviously, there's some interesting things being set up here, like Randall and Lila. No, that's not Lily, right? Randall and Lila. March having his little sly comment saying, oh no, we probably shouldn't be doing this. But other than that, it seems like we'll be diving away from this brief moment of joy and fun that we most definitely associate with the Purple Hyacinth. It was a nice breather for both us, the readers, and our characters, and it seems like next chapter we'll be back to a more serious content and more to talk about. So I will see you guys then.